Hey there, and welcome back to our continuing coverage from Dice Tower Con 2018. Either the 2018th or the 7th Dice Tower Convention.
I'm going with 2018.
Okay, we'll hedge our bets by the end. And we're joined now by Cameron from IELLO Games. And we're going to take a little bit of a break here. We're going to look at a couple of games from IELLO that are coming out.
Sweet.
And so this first one you have set up here is called Raids.
It is Raids, yes.
Tell us all about how Raids works.
If this is a Viking themed game, it looks like.
Absolutely.
I'm into any Viking themed games.
Ooh,
Are you into Viking meeples?
These are some of the-
Oh, hold on, whoa.
Yeah.
These are
Excellent.
Viking meeples?
Yeah,
Yes.
you see the little hat and the little axe?
No.
Yes, they're like little Viking Totoros.
Little
These
Viking
are some of the
meeples.
most
That is
amazing
awesome.
meeple
Viking,
designs.
Viking
boats?
longboats, and we've got Viking currency,
Are those metal?
actual metal, yeah.
Sweet.
And those are in the base game. They're not
Oh,
like
wow. Oh,
extra
so it's,
or whatever.
Oh, listen,
yeah.
I love that sound. Listen to that sound.
Yeah.
That's much better than
Yeah.
cardboard little tokens.
We don't nickel and dime you. No pun intended there.
So it's a Vikings game. I can't wait to hear about it because I've seen this. I want to know more about it.
Yeah, it is a Viking game. Love the art. It utilizes a catch-up mechanic. If you're familiar with the Takedo
Ketchup
trait.
or mustard?
Ketchup as in dog catcher, as in ketchup, not the tomato sauce. But yeah, it is a catch-up mechanic. So if we were to play and say orange were to go here, blue were to go here, and then pink were to go here, they could just go there if they want. And then now green has to at least go to blue or further. So they could go, basically you could go around the whole board if you wanted, but it wouldn't be a great strategy. So blue can go to any space, so these spaces would automatically be discarded. And then blue, you would have to go either there or move on. It's interesting because if you come here or a spot where someone else is, you have to fight.
Okay.
So when you fight, if you've got green, say I'm green, and then they're gonna fight, let's say just because pink's in front of me, they go there and they want to fight pink, I as the aggressor have to commit one meeple, and that's committed.
Always.
Then pink, if they want to counter, they have to commit two meeples.
Okay.
Or they can just move on. So they can just surrender and move on and save their meeples, or they could commit two. If they committed two, I would have to commit three. I do not have three, so then I would have to move on.
Okay.
And it ratchets up it scales up to 1, 2, 3, 4 as high as you can go with as many meeples as you have. Now notice the little shields on here. You can only hold as many this many meeples as many shields as you have.
Okay.
So you start off with a capacity of 10.
Okay.
But as you notice, as you go on, you might pick up things that you don't have. There's only one shield or no shields. Anything that doesn't have a little boat bottom, it just goes off to the side.
Okay.
And I'll explain those in a second. But so if you picked up this, that's great because Mjolnir is gonna just give you a 2-for-2 capacity. But if you ended up picking up the sail, it's gonna reduce your capacity down to 9.
But does sale give you a benefit?
The sail is a benefit because the only real way to pick up meeples is 3 ways. One is if you pass by one of these spots where the first person pass gets 2 meeples, second person pass gets 1.
Okay.
So, but those are few and far between. These are just sort of free spaces. Every time you pass, someone picks it up. So you're gonna get at least 3 meeples every turn.
Okay.
And well, not turn, but every age. This is the first age, second, third, and fourth age. So it's 4 ages, 4 rounds, essentially.
Do the contents of the age tiles ramp up?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
So right now you've got sort of 1 sail, 1 axe, decent sized goods, and then you have these monsters here who are strength 3. It ratchets up once you get up to the 4th age. They're 6, 7. They're higher.
Ooh, okay.
So actually, when you stop at this location, you'd be fighting a monster?
Well, I kind of botched this a little bit. Whenever there's an arrow, you don't stop. You either have to fight or move on. Yeah, so you would just pass by. I kind of botched this a little bit, but
and the squid is the universal monster symbol?
Yes,
Okay.
absolutely. So if I'm going by here, I can either pay 3 meeples and defeat it, and then I get that as 3 victory points.
Okay.
Or I can just sacrifice a meeple and just keep going.
But you always lose a meeple.
You're always losing. You're always losing a Viking. So you just kind of throw it at him and go by as a sacrifice, essentially. But you never stop at these. So then either way, they're going to be gone. Same thing with these. Once they're gone, they're gone. These are cool. They're set collection.
Oh.
So if you see on there, there's 1, 2. You can get up to. Well, you can get more than 5, but if you get up to 5, you get 15 points.
Okay.
And then if you get another one, you just start over.
Okay.
So you'd have 15. Then if you got another one, it'd be 1 or 3, whatever. These are really cool. The axes reduce the meeples that you have to pay.
Oh,
so
nice.
So if I had an axe and I went here these are the green. But if I went here, I would only have to pay 2 meeples to defeat.
Because your
the
axe,
monster.
your
The
axe
axe
basically
counts
is a free.
as a free meeple.
But
That's
even
what
if
I
I had 3 axes, I would still have to always pay 1. It doesn't reduce it down to 0 ever. So the axes are cool. Now the sales, like you asked about the sales.
Yeah.
At the end of the turn, that's the 3rd way to get meeples. At the end of the age, however many sails you have on your boat, that's how many meeples you get.
Okay.
Otherwise, you don't get meeples. You only get the meeples that you've acquired on the board.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow, that can get expensive.
Right.
real
So
quick.
the economy of making sure that your meeples are on your boat is very important, and so that's why you got to sort of really pick your battles, so to speak.
Yeah, yeah.
Because you can't go around just fighting everybody. Because once you lose your meeples, you're never going to get them back unless you. Because even if you pick them up, you see that there's a lot of places where you lose them. So here, if you're going by 2 monsters, but you're only picking up 3 meeples, you've only got a net gain of 1. So at the end of the age, you can be really hurting for meeples. So as I said, you go around. Then here, once the first person gets here, they go into the first slot, second slot, third, all the way down to 4th. The first place gets 6 money.
Okay.
These are straight victory points at the end. Second place gets 3. Oh, sorry. Oh, the mic. Second place gets 3. Third place gets 1.
Okay.
And then once that, and then 4th place gets nothing. But the great thing about 4th place is then you swap, and 4th place goes first.
Oh, okay.
So first in, last out.
Yes, so that's nice. So that prevents kind of the runaway.
Exactly.
leader on that. Now I noticed that some of these have like the pigs and the barrels. Are those just, if you add those to your boat, extra victory points?
Absolutely. So if you end up, and just I'll explain how you get them in a second. But if you end up getting this, it goes on your boat. But notice there's no shields.
Right.
So now it's just taking up space. So now on a successive age, and let me see if I can pull it out. Oh, there it is, really easily. So on a successive age, you'll have that. So if you end up there, you can sell 2 goods, and you get a Viking, and then you pick up this tile.
Okay.
So then that allows you to get these off of your boat, and then they become victory points at the end of the game.
Okay, so there is a way to mitigate what your boat filling up with things.
Exactly. So you have to end up, either selling those goods or they don't count as any victory points at the end of the game. So now, so the way that you pick up these tiles is if you end up being the last person. So let's just say it was here, and I was the last person. You guys have all moved on. I then get to pick this tile up, put it on my boat. You don't get to pick up the tile when you get there. You have to wait until you're the last person.
Oh, okay.
Because someone can fight you.
Someone can scare you away.
Exactly, because you're there, pink. I would have to move to at least pink.
You have to hold it.
And yeah, exactly. So you either have to fight me or move on, or I can just say, you know what, I'll let you have it, and then pink would then pick this up and then move.
But it still costs 1 Viking to move on when there's a fight?
When there's a fight, only the aggressor pays.
Only the aggressor
The aggressor pays 1 and says, hey, you want to fight?
Oh, I see.
And then the defender can either defend and pay 2 meeples or move on.
Okay.
Wow. So, and with the new Vikings being kind of challenging, you have to plan. You have to be kind of strategic to get. You really do have to pick where you go and when.
Absolutely.
That adds a whole nice layer to it.
Absolutely. So yeah, so you're picking up meeples, and you're losing meeples because you're fighting, and you're hoping to fill up the meeples. This is really cool, Mjolnir. So this is Thor's hammer, and at the end of the game, meeples are typically worth nothing. But if you pick up Mjolnir, he is worth 1x times however many meeples you have. So if you had 2, it'd be 2x, 3x. And at the 4th age, I believe there's one of these that has a double Mjolnir on there. So you can really rack up points by doing that.
Nice.
And so it becomes really kind of like, all right, one person's doing well, but then everyone sort of gangs up on them, but then another person starts doing well and they start ganging up on them. Because at the end of the game, if you see someone that they have like 8 meeples and they might pick up that double Mjolnir, you're working together to stop them from doing that.
Yeah. And did you say it's basically 4 times around?
4 times around. And what's also really cool is there are other ones. Every time this flips, this changes every time.
Oh.
And I think I left them in the box, but you'll see that they're typically put up here, and there's a little icon. So at the end of each round, there's a different win condition. So in the beginning, it's just first past the post, basically. On successive ones, it might be whoever has the most whoever has the most goods. And then that person will be the one that gets the money, $6 through $1.
Cool.
So you can sort of plan your turns ahead of time. You know, like, at the end of this age, the person with the most goods is going to get the money. So I need to try to get the goods.
And I may have missed it, but where do you spend the money in the game?
You don't spend the money; they're just victory points.
Oh, okay. So the money is just straight
you're
victory
plundering
points.
riches, basically.
Got it. Okay.
You're plundering goods, riches, and runes, and defeating monsters for the most glory at the end of the game.
Neat. Well, this is a beautiful production as always from Yellow.
We try.
And, yeah, and I like it. Also has that whole Yellow vibe going for it, where it's interesting and replayable, but also very accessible, which is nice.
Yeah, and that's one of those things. It's one where when you explain the rules, it's pretty straightforward. I'm going to take a boat. I'm going to move. You got to move at least to the last person.
Yep.
And then once you understand what each of the tiles do, then from there you can pretty much play the game.
Yeah, absolutely. That's really nice.
I mean, really, with the little explanation you just gave me, I feel like set it up. Let's play around.
Yeah, I mean, you play half of the first round, you know exactly what you're doing.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then it's just developing a strategy. It's like, what am I trying to do? Do I try to get Vikings? Am I going to try to win by beating monsters? So I'm going to try to be offensive more than defensive. Am I going to try to sell goods?
Very nice. What's the, where is this in the state of production and everything?
This is ready to go. It's going to be full market at Gen Con. We had a limited amount at Origins. We sold out, and then now we have we're going to have we're going to have some at Gen Con.
Nice.
But it's just being pushed out to retailers now to get right. I think right before Gen Con. Just 'cause we like to take care of our retailers, and then it'll be full mass market release on at Gen Con.
And for those that are here at Dice Tower Con, is it available?
It is not available.
Okay.
Unfortunately, I do not believe it's available here. Like I said, I think we air freighted in some just to have them for Origins, but they're not. I don't even think they're in retailers yet. But yeah, but they will be available within the next few weeks, and then absolutely, if you're at Gen Con, come pick one up.
And last question for raids: what's the price point?
$45.
$45. Awesome.
$45. Yep.
So, and for the metal coins.
The metal coins, the wooden meeples, wooden boats.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very nice. Okay. You also brought something else to share with us too. I see.
Slide these up there. There we go. All right. So this is Legend of the Cherry Tree that blooms every 10 years.
Is that
very,
all
very long
the title?
name? Yes. It's a very long name.
Is that the whole title?
It is the whole title.
The Legend of the Cherry Tree that blossoms every 10 years. I'm sorry, BGG.
So we've got these little cards here. So this is sort of a hidden game. You sort of press your luck a little bit on this.
I like how the screens have the top folds too.
Oh.
And so you're basically pressing your luck in getting these little blossoms here.
Okay.
So what you're going to do is you can pick up to 8 blossoms in any one turn, but you have to do it. You can do it. It's like sort of like King of Tokyo. You get 3 re-rolls basically.
Okay.
So what I'm going to do is I usually like to pick 4. So I only got 3 that time, but that's okay. So I can draw 2 more times.
Okay.
I'll draw 2 more. Okay. So now I'm okay. Right now, I can still draw more up to 8. I have 5, but I might not want to because if you get 3 of any one color, or you get 5 different colors, you bust.
Okay.
And then bad things happens basically. So say I just wanted to just say, I'll press my luck. Bam, I'm okay. So I did all 3 times. I don't have 5 different colors. I have 1, 2, 3, 4 colors only, and I'm good. So then what I get to do is I get to put all of one color behind my screen, and then the rest go up front.
Okay.
So I would probably take white, because if you see here, behind your screen, white is wild.
Okay.
White and black are both wild behind your screen. In front of your screen, black are wild.
Okay. I'll say behind and front.
So I would put white behind here because that gives me a good, a pretty good leg up.
Yeah.
And then I would put I'd put those up there.
Okay.
Right. So now, to put it in context, let's talk about scoring. So behind your screen at the end of the game, it's pretty cool. What you do is you sort of group your flowers together, either in warm or soft colors. The warm colors are the blue and the purple, or the blue and the darker blue, and then the soft colors are the yellow and the pink. So you group them together, and then you also add your wilds, your blacks or whites, and then you say 1, 2, 3, drop. And then whoever has the most of each set, including their wilds, gets the points.
Oh.
So if you had the most soft colors, you'd get 18 points.
Okay.
If I had second, I'd get 10 and you'd get 8. But you don't know how you're gonna, I might know what you're putting behind your screen, so I might know, hey, he put 5 yellows back there and maybe 3 pinks, but I don't know how you're gonna apportion your wilds.
Yeah.
So it's sort of a chess game as to how you're gonna apportion them.
Little bit of wiggle room there all the time.
Exactly. So at the end of the game, like I said, it's basically whoever has the most of each gets those points. In the front, it's a different story. It's just basically this graph here.
Okay.
If you have 4, you're going to get 3 points of any color.
All right.
You're going to score every color.
Yep.
So if you have 4, if you have 7, you're going to get 11. But notice there's some pretty stiff penalties for having lesser amounts.
You can actually lose points.
Right. So you got to kind of economize what you want to put in front and what you want to put in back. Because if I ended the game like that, I'd be in a world of hurt because I'd have -1 for that. I have -3 and -3. I'd have -7 points.
You really got to find that balance.
Exactly. And you only can use the black flowers in front as wilds. Whites are not.
Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah. So
how do the cards come into play?
So the cards are cool. So you can use any one card per turn. So here I actually would have qualified for this one because I have 2 of the same color, two sets of 2 colors, A and B. So then I would be able to take one out of the bag and put it behind my screen, so I can take it, and that would have been pretty awesome.
Your choice?
Yeah. Well, I can. No, it's blind. It would have been blind. So you take one, and then you don't show anybody, and you put it behind your screen.
Okay.
So again, that builds into that secret aspect of I kind of know what you have back there, but I don't know exactly.
Right. Yeah.
Over here, this would allow you to put one from the front of your screen to behind your screen.
Okay.
And that would sort of help you break down the negatives. And this here allows you to draw 2 from the bag and then put them either in front or back of your screen. And that's tough. You got to get, you basically have to get 5 total things.
And you said that every turn, the active player gets to pick one of those cards that they can use?
If they accomplish it.
Yeah.
If they accomplish the prerequisites.
Okay.
And then there's different ones on the back.
Oh. Is there one where you steal from somebody else?
There is.
I knew it.
Yes, there is.
Steal from the front.
Yeah, exactly. So you steal, you can take from another player and put it in front of another player.
Yeah.
So you can take yours, put it in front of somebody else. So I can be like, you know what, take that -3. How's that?
That's where we would play Chaz.
I can tell he's pretty brutal.
Yeah. And that keeps the interactivity going a little bit too.
Well, I mean, I like that it's an option, right? It's like if you want to play just a friendly game with your kids or whatever, but with your friends, like, all right, let's get a little more mean here.
Now, say I would have busted. Say I would have pulled the three white.
Yep.
Now I can choose 2 different colors, except for black. All the blacks always have to go back in.
Okay.
You never get a free wild. I would have to choose 2 different colors, so I could say, all right, I'll take a white and a yellow. Then the rest go back in the bag.
Oh, so you only keep 2.
Yeah, so you only keep 2. Everything else goes back in, and then I pass it on.
Oh my word.
Yeah, so you really don't want to bust. It's
right.
really bad.
But just in the way you're explaining it with everything, with the sets and these, you still do definitely want to push your luck as far as you can.
You have to try to ride that balance. Like I said, I usually try to take 4. Because it's a very low likelihood that you're going to get 3 of the same color. Yeah. So then I can decide, all right, do I want to keep like pressing my luck, but I might get another blue? So say I pulled out 2.
Oh, the agony of choice.
See, then I busted.
Yeah.
Everything goes back in?
I'd get to choose 2. I'd have to pick 2 different colors. 2 different colors, and then put the rest back
not the white.
And is there the same number of colors of each of the flowers?
Absolutely, yeah.
So you can kind of maybe keep track of maybe what's
like a bunch of whites have come out.
Right. Then you kind of play rounds. And how many rounds do you go before the game ends?
You go until they're all gone.
The bag is empty.
Yeah, until the bag is gone. But the game plays super quickly. We've got, I think, 20 minutes on there.
Cool.
And obviously that's on the high end, so you can play this game easily in 15 minutes.
Cool. Oh, actually, speaking of stats and everything about the game, this one too, where is it at in the production, and how much is it going to be?
This, same as Raids, it will be one of our new releases at Gen Con. We had a limited amount, again, sold out at Origins.
Cool.
And we will have them for sale. They are $25.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
Nice.
And that's
especially
the
with
legend
nice
of the cherry tree that blossoms every 10 years.
I know, it's almost $1 per word.
I think you're in the running for maybe one of the longest titles of a board. That
should be an award.
There's not even a colon in there.
I was going to say,
you had the name colon something.
Yeah,
nope.
you did it without even pulling off a colon or semicolon.
Totally be an award.
Wow.
In my opinion.
Wow, that's quite an accomplishment. That alone is worth an accomplishment.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, so those are 2 really great games that they both have that, like I said, that yellow appeal of the art and the accessibility, but still the decisions to do.
Yep.
It's really nice.
Is there anything else going to be coming out at Gen Con?
We have Decrypto that came out a few months ago.
Fantastic game.
We love that game. That's still going super strong. We're going to have that. We have Fairy Tile, which is an abstract tile laying game and a movement game. It comes with 3 really pre-painted figures. It's a gorgeous game. I wasn't able to bring that one today. I'm sorry about that. But we have Fairy Tile that is also going to be available at Gen Con. And then we have our super strong sellers, King of Tokyo, Bunny Kingdom, all those games from Yellow that everyone knows and loves that we'll also have at Gen Con.
Cool. Well, speaking of games and everything, we have a game we tailored especially for you.
Okay.
And we have, how many questions do we have, Marty? Do we have 9 or 10?
I don't know, Chaz. You can look up on the computer just like I can.
Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We have 8. Okay. So here's what we'd like to do. And again, in the terms of not telling our co-hosts everything, something I just thought of right before.
Thank you.
Well,
Thank you. We spent 4 months planning these things out, and all of a sudden on the last day, while we're streaming, Chaz is just throwing out ideas on top of his head.
Okay. Tell me what you think of this.
Okay.
We have 8 questions.
All
of these questions, with keeping with the theme of yellow games.
Okay.
All of these questions have something to do with the color yellow.
Okay.
All right. So we have 8 questions. We'll ping pong back and forth, asking you these questions.
Okay.
If you get the majority of these right, you will win a prize, a $25 Cool Stuff Inc. gift certificate that we will give randomly drawn to one of the viewers who sends us a question today with the DTCQA hashtag.
Sweet. All right.
So,
Okay, let me run through this again to
that's
make
a lot
sure
of pressure.
I
want somebody to win.
understand. If he has the pressure is on Carmen now.
Yeah.
To get a majority of the questions right, means you got to get 5.
You get 5 out of 8.
If you get 5 of these right, then we're going to randomly pick a person who tweets us a question using the hashtag DTCQA. And then they'll get a $25 gift certificate to Cool Stuff Inc.
Correct.
Very cool.
I'm understanding
I got it.
correct. I like it. And
Awesome.
Here's the thing. As we play, we're going to answer the questions. Please respond in the comments.
Yes.
See how well that
Yes.
you do among those that are watching right now on either Twitch or
How
YouTube.
did you do versus Cameron?
Okay.
No pressure. Again, no pressure.
Let's see.
All right, Marty, would you like to go first?
I will.
All right.
What 1968 Beatles song was made into an animated movie?
Yellow Submarine.
Oh, right off the
ding,
bat.
ding,
You know what? Give me one of those awesome coins for a point for Cameron.
Here's a 1 point.
One
right,
point.
1
okay.
pointer, all right.
1 point.
All right.
All right. We're gonna ratchet things up here a bit. That was a little. Okay.
Did you ever see Yellow Submarine?
I have not, but I like the song.
It is a mind freak.
Is it really?
It is remember, it was made in the late 60s.
I can imagine.
So there could have been some
bit of-
drug-induced animation stuff going on. It is a wild, wild
Is it a full-length movie?
It is a full-length movie.
Holy moly!
I don't think I ever watched it all the way through, but I remember seeing it on TV, and I was like, whoa. I'm in the wrong state of mind to be watching this right now.
All right. Question number 2. What 1983 pirate movie starred Monty Python alumni Graham Chapman?
This one may be a little tough. Out there. We'll say it again.
What 1983 pirate movie starred Monty Python alum Graham Chapman?
Remember, yellow is in the title.
Yeah, I'm gonna make a guess. Adventures of Yellowbeard.
I'm giving it.
I'm
to him.
giving them to her.
I think
Yellowbeard.
Just Yellowbeard.
Just Yellowbeard. All right.
Yep.
Awesome.
So did you ever see that one, Chaz?
I've definitely
Have you ever
not
seen-
seen
No, I
that.
haven't seen that one. Now, I'm a big Monty Python fan. And I actually remember when that movie came out and it got horrible reviews.
Wow.
So when we was looking up these questions on Rotten Tomatoes, it was like a 22%.
22.
Oh, boy.
22.
Actually, before we go on, quick sidebar here. Cameron, are you more of a Monty Python or Blackadder fan?
Ooh,
I would say Monty Python.
Nice.
Yeah,
All right,
Monty
fair
Python.
enough.
now, what's your favorite Monty Python movie?
Oh man, I love them
Say
all.
Yellowbeard.
I love them. Yeah, Yellowbeard.
That was not a Monty Python.
That's my new favorite. That's my new favorite.
All right, over to Marty.
Okay.
You're on a roll.
In 2001, Yellow was the first American hit for this British band.
So it's the song titled Yellow.
What was the year?
In 2001, Yellow was the first American hit for this British band.
Hit for this British band. Oh man, I don't know. I'll say.
And remember, play along up there. Just put it in the chat.
I don't know.
2001. And it's a well-known band.
Well-known band.
Yes, it is.
I don't know. Coldplay.
It is!
Oh, it is!
You got it!
Look
right.
at you.
Totally.
Woo, you're
I
on.
just figured British band.
Oh boy, I was getting nervous there for a minute. You pull it out.
Wow.
All right, so you only need one more.
No,
to
two
win.
more.
I need
Two
two
more.
more,
You
yeah.
only need
Majority.
Okay.
All right.
So I'll just continue on then. All right.
Are you a fan of Coldplay?
Yeah, I do like Coldplay. Yeah.
Are you a fan of classic music from the 80s and movies from the 80s? Because that's
sure.
your next question.
For sure. All right.
Okay. What is the name of the song featured by the band called Yellow that was used in the post-credit scenes of Ferris Bueller's Day Off?
Oh, you gotta tell me that one again.
Okay.
What is the name of the what?
What was the name of the song?
Okay.
What was the name of the song by the band whose name is Yellow that was used in the post-credit scenes of Ferris Bueller's Day Off?
So at the very end of the movie, right after the credits, there's a famous scene,
and
I will explain the scene if you want to, if it helps.
We can give you. We'll give you a lifeline on this one. If you're totally stuck, we'll actually just improv a little bit of the song.
Okay, I want to hear it.
You do want?
Give it to me. Yeah.
Great. I was hoping you didn't need like. Boom, 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 boom.
It's when the principal gets on the bus.
Yes.
Do you remember the name of that song?
What's the name of that song?
And there's only 2 words I think ever said in that song. So if you think of it going through your head.
And those 2 words.
And it's a real low, deep voice that says 2 words.
I don't got it. I don't have it. It's escaping me.
Oh yeah.
All right. Botch that one.
All right. You still got 4 questions left. You only need to get 2 of them.
Okay.
People are pulling for you out there.
Yes.
I hope so. I'm trying to win a gift certificate for somebody here.
All right. Green Lantern's ring has a weakness of the color yellow.
Yes.
What is the name of the villain that wields the yellow power ring? It's for the comic book geeks out there.
No, I know this.
Yes, you do know this, probably.
I can see his face. He's purple.
Yes, that's it.
Okay, close.
That's it. Here, I'm going to get this
purple.
ready.
He's purple. He's purple.
Purple face, wears a yellow outfit.
Yeah. Why can't I remember it?
Again, I'll say it for those out there who want to hear it again.
Here,
Green Lantern's ring has a weakness to the color yellow. What is the name of the villain that wields the yellow power ring, which is driven by what, Chaz?
I believe that is fear.
Fear.
Yes.
The green is
willpower.
Willpower. Yes.
Give me a little hint. Give me a.
So the name, his name.
He's a real sinister guy.
Yeah,
he
is.
Sinestro.
Yeah.
I knew he was purple. I could see his face. He got a weird goatee.
You knew the guy.
Yeah, you knew a weird goatee.
I'm willing to give that the point.
All right, thank you.
So what's that, 4?
4. I got 4.
All right, we just need one more. One more.
All right.
I think you got this.
Yep, 3 questions left. You only need to get one of these. What is the famous slogan that was once used by the Yellow Pages?
Let your fingers do the walking.
Ding, 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 ding.
Right.
And was that 5?
That is 5.
Here, we'll turn in. Oh, you don't have a 5 in there.
I only got a 3. Give me a 2 for 3.
There you go. All right, a little bit bigger metal.
Let's see if you can go for the clean sweep.
Oh yeah,
okay.
Clean sweep. So what this means is that somebody's going to win a prize. So start getting in your questions. The hashtag DTCQA.
And I expect them to find me and play a game, the game that they buy with me.
There you go.
And just a reminder, because they might not have caught the earlier live stream. We just want your general questions that we're going to answer at the end of today's broadcast, or statements or anything. Just tweet them. They can be anything you want.
Sweet. All right. Let's see if you run the board here.
Okay.
Mellow Yellow was reduced by the... Wow, let's try that again. Mellow Yellow was introduced by the Coca-Cola Company on March 1st, 1979 to compete with what other popular soft drink?
Sprite or Mountain Dew?
Pick one.
Mellow Yellow was introduced by the Coca-Cola Company on March 1st, 1979 to compete with what other popular soft drink?
Well, I think Sprite is by Coca-Cola, isn't it? So I'd say Mountain Dew.
Mountain Dew,
yes, correct.
All right.
Again,
nice.
you had me worried there, but you did it. All right.
Now, okay.
Okay. For the
if you get this one for the sweep, I'll be super impressed.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah, you're locked
Let's
in.
see.
You got it. But for the clean sweep, in 1872,
Oh my God.
Yellowstone National Park was declared as a national park by this U.S. president.
What was the year?
A little bit of history.
1872. Which president made Yellowstone a national park in 1872?
God.
That's a little bit tough. So you out there,
Granted,
make sure to put in the
it's
chat.
tougher.
Who do you think it is? No Googling. Again, this pressure's off because you got this.
Was it Grant?
Oh!
I picked up on the little play.
We should give you the high five. Nice job. Ulysses
picked
S.
up on
Grant
that.
was the one that declared Yellowstone as a national park. Wow. Well done.
Clean sweep.
Clean sweep.
A little help.
Yeah, and that means that at the end of the day, after we're all done wrapping up here, we're going to go and we're going to search all of the tweets that have the DTCQA hashtag that come in. And after the broadcast, we're going to randomly choose one of those and play Dice Paradise on Twitter. We'll contact them by like a Twitter DM to let them know that they won a $25 gift certificate to Cool Stuff, and I'll follow up with them directly that way to get their information that they need to get sent.
And that's going to be open to everyone because it's probably going to be a code. It's not going to be a physical card or anything. So you just enter in the code. $25 shopping spree at Cool Stuff Inc., who is a sponsor of this show.
All thanks to Cameron from IELLO Games.
Yes, thank you so much, Cameron.
Appreciate it. Thanks for having me.
Oh yes, thank you so much for sharing everything that IELLO has coming up. And what we're going to do is we're going to take a little break here real quick, and we are going to come back
at 2 o'clock with Druid City Games.
2 o'clock.
James Hudson, where he's going to be talking about some of the games he has, and we'll see how much Chaz knows about Southern sayings and expressions.
Talking about things you might have to go Google. So, 3 o'clock actually.
We're going to change that to 3 o'clock.
3 o'clock.
I said, thank you to our producers behind the camera, keep us in line.
Keep us in line.
At 3 p.m. Eastern Time.
Yes.
Join back here on YouTube or Twitch for Druid City Games.
The more discussion with Druid City, a little more fun, and maybe a few more surprises too. Hopefully no more surprises for my co-host, but some surprises, John. Thanks, and we will see you again at 3 o'clock p.m. Eastern. Till then, take care.
Bye, guys.